It's finally here.
Going into this night, where do we stand?
This is where we stood coming into the night, 268 to 204, so clearly an advantage for Secretary Clinton.
Take a look here. If Donald Trump wins tonight, no matter who they voted for, take a look at these numbers here. 21% say they'll be concerned. 37% say they'll be scared.
This is what both candidates want. They want to be living there starting January 20th of next year. Florida's been going back and forth. Just changed again. It's only 11,000 vote lead just now. It changed.
Math on your feet. I like this.
The Empire State Building in New York City. Take a look at our running tally, the electoral vote. Anderson, this night is turning out to be a real nail-biter.
All along, the Trump campaign has been saying that Florida's a must-win for them. And I mean,
they can't win without it.
Donald Trump will carry the state of Florida.
You know, I'm guessing that the people in Brooklyn, I can see their fingers
That's
probably.
the Hillary Clinton headquarters.
Yeah, fingers probably bleeding because there's no more nail to bite.
I wouldn't call anything encouraging for Hillary Clinton at the moment, to be honest with you, my friend.
Wolf, the scene here is so different than it was a few hours ago when people were happy and relaxed. I have been looking around the room at people who are stone-faced. Some of them have been crying.
This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president.
This is the people rising up saying it's time to listen to us. It's time to listen to us in Michigan and Wisconsin and work for the people.
Hillary Clinton has called Donald Trump to concede the race.
The Florida Republicans who gathered for a victory party were being told to prepare for defeat. The exit poll predicted a Clinton win, which would pretty much guarantee her the presidency. But then they started counting the real votes, and things were looking up and up.
He's been my candidate from day one because he's not a politician. It's kind of like in Britain. We're sick of him.
Across town at the equivalent gathering of Democrats, the mood was heading in the opposite direction.
I'm sickened. I'm without words. I thought for sure that Hillary would win this election, that Hillary would win Florida.
If he can get, worried about a tweet or he's insecure about his image and he has his finger on the nuclear button, what does that mean for the world?
Victory was slipping away. Soon the rest of the key swing states were following suit. Then, when Trump's victory in Florida was confirmed, this is a result which may have confounded the pollsters and pundits and may shock the rest of the world. But the people who voted for and campaigned for Donald Trump, well, they aren't surprised he's now heading for the White House.
People believe in him. He's going to do he's going to be everything that he says he's going to be. Everybody believes in him. I'm so happy and I'm so proud. I'm so proud to call him the President of the United States because that's what's about to happen.
Across the country, it was a similar story. North Carolina and Georgia backed Trump.
I'm not a deplorable. I'm just a tax-paying citizen.
The blue firewall of what should have been reliably Democrat states was being chipped away. Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, all fell.
The Clinton headquarters looks pretty somber. Go Trump! Hoorah!
It was a stunning reversal of the Obama years, a result which hardly anyone predicted. The people had spoken, and the answer they gave suggested Washington had been ignoring them for too long. Ian Woods, Sky News.
Actually, the AP now projecting that Donald Trump has won the state of Pennsylvania.
That is the race, frankly. There is no path forward for Hillary Clinton. If this, we've just seen that Pennsylvania has been called by AP. I think for me, this is one of the most stunning results of the night. We had seen her up comfortably 5 to 6 points. When we go through the data and we look at where he sort of held up, it was in some of the suburban counties, huge showing in the western part of the state. You can see the faces right now. We're looking at a live shot that looks like Clinton headquarters. That's actually Donald Trump headquarters. I see all the red hats there. That will be the moment they have been waiting for. I can't even imagine the cheers will be, and the cheers will be going on. And we should emphasize again, this is a moment that many there tonight certainly will not have expected. It's a development that will confound the pundits, the polling universe, and sort of that we didn't really see as much as we saw with Brexit. People thought they weren't going to be surprised again. It looks, in fact, we almost know that we are looking at very much the same night tonight.
Meghan Murphy, I've been watching you go over the data from Pennsylvania. Where were the deficits for the Hillary Clinton campaign? Philadelphia was an area that she was counting on, Philadelphia and the surrounding suburbs. What were the deficits?
You know, we're looking at it right now. We're really paring into this map. I think what's really is surprising is that in some of those Philadelphia, what we call them exurbs, call them suburbs, he did much better there than expected. You can look at the map. It's nearly all red. We have Philadelphia, we have Pittsburgh, of course, going blue. But it also thinks, it really shouts to, and it's something that I think really Barack Obama will be reflecting on this evening, is one thing that does look true is that Hillary Clinton did not generate the kind of enthusiasm among the African-American community that was needed. She is pulling percentage points behind there. That will have made a critical, crucial difference as we look at tightness, not just around Philadelphia, around Pittsburgh, but as we look at tightness in Michigan, when we talk about Detroit. They really needed to come out with her. She needed that coalition. We've talked earlier tonight about how personal he made this race, how he put his own legacy on the line. She was not able tonight to stitch together the coalition that backed him in 2008 and 2012, whether that was the wrong message, whether that was the wrong focus, but it's all come home to roost tonight.
You can't underestimate the importance of this call, this projection by the Associated Press here, calling Pennsylvania for Donald Trump. 20 electoral votes now moving into Donald Trump's column. Steve Yassino, Bloomberg Politics, give us the latest.
And Meghan said it. There's just no path forward for Hillary Clinton. That's 20 electoral votes from Pennsylvania, gets Trump to 264. He's 6 away from 270. That's all he would need. And he's still got Arizona. 11 electoral votes in Arizona. He's ahead there by 4 points. It's been about 4-point lead all night. That state's not all in yet. We'll be watching it closely. But this is a state that's probably going to go to Donald Trump. And he's still close in Wisconsin. He's still close in New Hampshire. Pennsylvania, this really just wiped away Clinton's chances of reaching the White House.
Steve, and I just want to quickly go to that map and make sure people can look at it. All of us were drawing our electoral maps. Many of us who'd follow the campaign, Megan Green has drawn her own electoral map. I can think of very, very few people who would have drawn a map with those kind of states that we're seeing going red.
That's right. I mean, we said up from the very beginning, we said that Donald Trump needed to win. It was an inside straight, right? He had to get every domino in this race had to fall his way, and the states did, starting, down with Florida, North Carolina, Ohio actually was first. But then you get Pennsylvania, nobody expected that. And we saw early signs of it in Virginia. When that race was close, there was a signal that this was going to be a longer night than we expected. And it's redrawn the map. It really has.
A state that has been blue since 1992, Megan, so a huge change of events here. Bloomberg News characterizing this in light of that projection from the Associated Press. Donald Trump poised.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little compilation there of 2016. In about 8 or 9 minutes, putting it together. Was that great or was that great? Huh? Now, obviously, with the highs of 2016, and then we came crashing down to our lows in 2020, but we all know what happened there. Anyways, whenever you want a little bit of a pick-me-up, it's always, just to go and press that little button, watch some clips from 2016, get pumped up again, ready to go in 2024. Absolutely. But just going back there and just listening to the mainstream media on the alphabet networks, basically eating crow. Their minds are just racing. You could just tell they're trying to find the answers. And the answers are right there in front of them, but they still don't pick it up. And then to just see the facial expressions of the places where they went in to look at the Trump campaign headquarters and other places where there were a bunch of Trump people just waiting for the results, like the one in Florida that you saw. And then compare that, contrast that with what was happening at the Hillary Clinton headquarters and how that night unfolded and what we were hearing from the initial things that were coming from the political pollsters and the pundits, that were out there. all of the polls that were being taken and the tracking results and all of that. And it was being told to us that Florida was falling for Clinton, that the exit polling, what was that doing? That it was in her favor. And it looked like, you know, wow, this is in the bag. And that's, at least that's a story that was being told to us up until around 8:30, maybe into 9 o'clock. That's a story that was being told to us. But as you can see, a completely different story unfolded. So we hope you enjoyed that. That was great. I'll do a bunch more of these. We'll put them together just out there for you. So in the meantime, if you haven't done so already, folks, subscribe to the channel. You're watching the Dr. Nassar Sheikh Show. I'm your host, Dr. Nassar, where I try to give you my political prescription from my political perspective of what happens when the media just tries to jack all of us, folks. This is what happens. We appreciate you taking the time to take a look at our video. We have other videos up there as well. Check out our other videos down and below. My final comment, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, this is the Dr. Nassar Sheikh Show. I'm your host, Dr. Nassar. And when you're left, you're just wrong. Take care, folks. Until next time.